So there's probably a bit of a delay there before I answered. But here we are live. Hi, this is my first ever live stream. I'm really happy that you guys decided to check this out and to join me. What I'll be doing is I will be answering questions and maybe getting a chance to chat with a few of you all. And you know, if we have time and a few people, we're going to play a trivia game, which I think is fun. But I think what we're going to do is, let's see, I need help coming up to my parents about being bi. I'm 12 and proud, and I know exactly who I am. Please help. Hello. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll start off with some questions, and we'll just kind of take it from there. I have some questions that were sent to me, but anyone who posts, I will answer those first. Hey there. Oh, I can't pronounce your name. Colview, how are you? Hey there, Tully. So I'll jump right into the first. Oh, hi there, Curtis. Didn't mean to miss you there. I'll jump right into the first question there. So you're saying that you're 12 years old. You're proud of being bi, and you'd like to know how to come out to your parents. Well, I did a video on this. You can check it out. I forgot the title of the video. I think it's Teenage Bisexual Coming Out to Your Parents or Coming Out to Conservative Parents. Really, the most important thing is twofold. First of all, determining whether or not your parents would be receptive to it. You know, you kind of have to look to see whether or not they've had, you know, positive or negative responses to people who are other than straight in the past. And then once you figure that out, if you figure out that they are receptive, it's a matter of first of, well, it depends on how receptive they are, of if they're really receptive, you can simply just sit them down and chat with them from the heart. Or what you can do is you can go through a process of education where you first talk to them about, you know, you kind of, maybe you're watching a television show, you kind of mention the fact that there's a character in the show that might not be straight or anything like that. The thing is, making sure first that you are in a safe environment and you can come out to them without any concern to your future in any way or your relationship with your parents. Then second of all, doing it in a way that makes you feel comfortable. And also, if you feel like, you know, your parents are somewhere in between accepting and being on the border, then going through an education process where you sort of educate them on what bisexuality is before you actually, you know, come out to them. I hope that's helpful. Let's see a few more comments here. Hi, Destiny. Oh my God, I'm showing my mom a pic of my phone. The notification went off. Hi. Hey there, Zafar. Hey, I love your channel. Thank you so much, Crazy Meat. It's just a mental factor. I'm scared too, and I'm pretty sure they'll be fine, but my friend did it to his parents, and they got really mad and scared. If you think they'll be fine, then that's great. And keep in mind that you don't have to come out right away. No one's forced to come out at any particular time. If you think that you want a little more time to, you know, gain courage, to gain more confidence in, you know, being bisexual, then do it. Take some time. It's all up to you. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine, but it's just a mental fighting. Don't worry about it. Another thing you can do is you can practice. You can come out to people who you know, like, will be absolutely, completely positive about it. Perhaps your friends or, you know, someone that you're close to. And by coming out a few times, you practice coming out, and that will give you confidence, and that will help. Thank you so much for running this channel and spreading. Alex, you're welcome. It actually is a pleasure that I get a chance to do this. I care very deeply about helping to educate people about sexuality, because when I was a kid, I had no one to turn to. Like, I didn't meet my first bisexual person until college. And basically up until like 10 years ago, I had met a total of 2 bisexuals in my entire life. So doing this channel and like putting out there that there are bisexuals in this world, it means something to me, and I'm glad to be doing it. I'm glad people, have responded well to it. Hi, Mathis. Love your channel. Thank you so much. Rishi? It's hard. Names are hard for me. I apologize if I put your name. I am watching this from Colombia. Hey, from Colombia. Hey, David. I have been bi for about 3 years, and just now I've met 2 other people, and they're really helped. I'm told. You know what? It's always so great when you meet other bisexuals. In fact, some of the great advice I have for, bisexuals is, especially when they're kind of concerned about, coming out, is to find other bisexuals. Because a lot of what the issue is with bisexuality is that you hear all these negative things, or you think all these negative things about bisexuality, but all that stuff seems to go away once you start meeting other people and you figure out, oh wow, this person is just like me. Oh wow, there's nothing unusual or crazy about them. So really, one of the ways of just becoming comfortable with who you are is to go out and try and find other bisexuals. Going by pretty quickly here. So let me see if I can. I can scroll a little bit. Hey, Seth. Actually, hi, Heather. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Destiny. Okay, my question is, my family is Christian, so secret till I'm 30. They'll kill me. I'm a girl. I'm a girl. My mom said, do you like girls? And I was scared and said, no, I'm sick now. That's a tough one. I'm so sorry going through that, Destiny. There's not really much I can say. I mean, if you know that they won't respond well, it is better for you to wait. And that's unfortunately the best way of going about it. But just because someone might be conservative does not mean that they won't be receptive to your bisexuality. Like, are they receptive to people who are not like themselves? And if they are receptive to people not like themselves, then there is a chance that you can work through it. I did a video on how to come out to conservative parents. You can check that out. That might help a bit. Who knows? But I'm sorry going through that. But believe me, things will change, things will get better, and just because your parents might not accept does not mean that you won't be able to create a circle around you with other bisexuals. And let me tell you, it's kind of fantastic. In fact, just last night I was at someone's goodbye party, and we kind of have a bond because one of the people going away. Let's just say I was at the party and I was talking to someone at the party, and the person knew I was bisexual, and I've known that person for a while. And as we were chatting, I say, oh, okay, so let's talk about bisexuality. What are your thoughts on it? And it turns out that the person I was talking to had never really thought about bisexuality until when she had first met me and found out I was bisexual. And then that last night, we were chatting, and I asked her, so what's your feeling on girls? Do you think you'd be interested in girls? And she said, you know what? After you first told me you're bisexual, yeah, I think I do. I think I have an attraction towards girls. I'm like, but I mean, is it like a romantic or a sexual attraction? She was like, yeah, actually it is. So, it's amazing how when you just go out and you just openly talk about who you are, how many people around you say, me too. So, keep that in mind. I also have a twin sister. This is Twingamer. I also have a twin sister and an older brother, and I am also scared to tell them. If you're again, you're holding this in, you're afraid because of all the things that, people might say. But if anyone, your twin sister, is going to be the person who's going to embrace, simply because they know you, they know the genetic part of themselves. You don't have to be so afraid. I mean, the truth is, unless they're super conservative and they won't accept, but you're saying they will, you can have courage. If no one else, your siblings, especially your twin sister, will probably be okay with it. And sunglasses girl, I am, let me scroll down a little bit. Did it just jump? It just jumped. I am still questioning, but I have had crushes on other girls. How can I know for sure? Sunglasses girl. Well, I did that video on Are You Bisexual quiz. I think the best way of figuring this out is to observe yourself when you are talking to people of, various genders. Do you get a dopamine rush? Like, do you look at someone and think, wow, there's something about that person that makes me want to talk to them again or see them again? And that's really the only way of telling. That and time. If you're not quite sure right now, just keep observing yourself over time. And if you never in your entire life have that kind of desire to bring someone of the same sex into your fantasies, or you don't have, well, your fantasy is either sexual or romantic, then you're not. But the fact that you're even thinking about it makes me lean towards you perhaps might be in that way. So just observe yourself and give yourself some time. Do you have any tips or advice for someone who is struggling with internalized homophobia? ANO, I'm going to say. ANOL. Yeah, great advice is meet other bisexuals. The answer to a lot of questions are always meet other bisexuals. It's amazing how much that transforms you. And in the description of all of my videos, you can find links to various groups around the country. And if there's none in your area, then put comments in my videos. People respond to them. People have conversations, and just meeting other bisexuals really does a hell of a lot to fight against that internalized biphobia. Hello, Mr. Big Bear. Crazy Meat, your channel helps me come out to my close. Oh, thank you. It always makes me feel so positive when I hear stuff like that. Curtis, that's my problem. I don't know any bi people. Oh, yeah, that is the hardest thing. They're out there. They're out there, and it's always so hard to kind of be the first one to say that you're bisexual. But because we are attracted to other people like ourselves, there's a good chance that the people around us, if you have, like a friend circle, there's a good chance that there's someone in your group like yourself. But reach out to, there's Tumblr, there's Reddit, there are YouTube channels. Reach out, and if you have the courage to kind of show yourself to a few people, I think you're going to be surprised by the amount of bisexuals that you meet. Scrolling down, let's see. Thanks, Twinger. Zephyr, I just want to thank you for this channel. I am a very internalized person and had no confidence in my sexuality, but through your videos, I can educate others and see that I am not alone. Thank you so much. Again, I love it so much hearing stuff like that, because I do, every week I feel very devoted to make a video, and sometimes it can get tiring. As you all know, I write books, so I spend 5 days a week churning out thousands of words, and mentally I'm exhausted, but it really means something to me to every week sit down and figure out what's the most important thing to talk about in bisexuality this week. I'm not going to be doing a video. This is my video for this week. But next week, I will be talking about, in America, there were 2 shows called Jane the Virgin and Orville. And they did bisexual episodes, which was so awesome. But that's next week's video. I'll be talking about that then. Oh, just jumped. Let's see here. I've come out as bi to 3 people. 2 of them welcomed me to the club. That's exactly it. That's exactly my experience as well. Galaxy Moon, I don't know if I'm gay or bi. It is a challenge. It is a challenge. Bisexuals aren't confused, but bisexuality can be confusing. And again, time. Time is the thing that really tells you who you are. And just in terms of, being gay, also keep in mind that gay is a culture. So if you feel comfortable in gay culture, that does not necessarily mean that you're gay. If you feel comfortable around gay people, it doesn't mean you're gay. It's, again, specifically about, your attractions, as I'm sure you know. And time will tell. Let's see. Twingmer has a question. Do you like guys and girls? Yes, I like them, but in different ways. So personally, I am romantically and sexually attracted to women, whereas I am sexually attracted to guys. And, there are a whole bunch of different types of bisexuals. I did a presentation in Portland for PFLAG on this 2-3 weekends ago. That time I didn't post a video. I was in Portland. And people were most surprised to figure out or to find out that, first of all, just because you are sexually attracted to someone doesn't mean you're romantically attracted to someone. And also that it can be, some people are romantically attracted to one person and sexually attracted to the other, gender. But I personally, I am sexually attracted to both men and women, but I am only romantically attracted to women. And I've put some effort into seeing if I can be romantically attracted to guys, but ultimately it just isn't happening. So I just kind of embrace the idea this is who I am. Reishi, the bi bunny. I'm trying to give little hints about me being bi, like changing my screensavers into bi stuff. And I even have one that says, too cute to be straight, but no one noticed it. I want them to, but yeah, on the other side, I'm scared. I think that's a great thing to kind of put those hints out there, because I think a lot of what parents and maybe when friends respond badly to is the surprise, like out of nowhere. And especially, I try to be fair to everyone, on the channel and trying to give a perspective from all sides. And I think one of the roughest things is when someone comes out to their parents cold. In other words, they've never been a conversation about bisexuality or sexuality at all. There's been no hints, and then suddenly, a parent is sat down and they get this information that they might have never thought of in their entire life, and then they're expected to respond exactly right. That's so tough. Like, I don't know if I would respond perfectly, like if the situation were different. Of course, if my child were bisexual or gay or something like that, I would respond well simply because I've had practice in it. But what if they said something I'd never even expected? How would I respond to that? I have no idea. So I have some sympathy for parents, and the idea that you're like putting out hints is wonderful. It's great. I think it's an awesome job, and I think if you put out enough hints, eventually people will pick up on it. My parents hate conservative people. It's Twin Gamer, isn't it? It's the Twin Gamer. I get it now. You're gonna have no problem coming out. I think you're gonna have a really positive response, and you're gonna like it. And thank you. I'm very proud of my shirts. As you guys know, I have like 25 of them. Oh, on topic of shirts, just yesterday, this same design with the pocket, Amazon, it's all done through Amazon. Amazon gave me permission to do long sleeve shirts. So now, for the first time, I have my first long sleeve shirt. It went live yesterday or the day before. And it's this design in long sleeve. So, if you like long sleeve shirts, check it out. Lots of questions coming through now. So I am going to have to, let's see. Pastor's talking to me. Ugh, Destiny, that kind of sucks. Twitter pated like... let's see. Hello all, for those who've just joined. Math is a great channel. Just a suggestion, make a series of shorter videos. Videos about bisexual stereotypes and myths. Collaborate with other bi YouTube activists. I would love to work with the Not Adam. RJ lives in Los Angeles. We've met a couple of times. I'll have to do a video with him. Actually, I'm going to be doing a video with, I think it's not locked on, but it seems to be moving that direction. I'll be doing a video with Elena Fender. Miss Fender. I love her channel. You guys should check it out. She does some great stuff on bisexuality as well. And suggestions in there, shorter videos. Yeah, shorter videos. I would love to do shorter videos. the topics just seem to take as long as they take to talk about. And I know sometimes they can get to like 22 minutes, and I record them and I think, oh my goodness, that's a really long video. But I figure, it's better for me to be thorough. People that always stop watching if they like. And it's more important to have all the information out there for the people who need it. Now, that's kind of like my philosophy for it. And I have done some videos on myths and stereotypes, but I should think about doing some more. I used to love, Curtis says, love Jane the Virgin. Yeah, I watched the full first season, and then I kind of gave up on it. Busy, I don't know. But because of that bi episode, I saw it on Google News, and I went and watched the episode, and I laughed a lot. Like, that's a funny show. I need to check it out again, especially now that they have a bisexual character. Played by, what is his name? He was a star of Teen Wolf. I can't remember his name. But they had like a known actor playing, a known heartthrob actor playing the bisexual character. Check out the episode. Do I have Snapchat? I don't. I barely have Instagram because, writing books, got a clothing company, do the YouTube channel. It's easy for me to like send out like tweets and Facebook posts and stuff like that because I have a program I could just do that easily. But I just don't have the energy. I need to also have a life and try to date. Let's see. Being bi has also had some negative effects. Like I've had suicidal thoughts about what would happen if they threw me out because I'm 12. They have so much control of my life, and this is true. I'm gonna say a little something here about. As I've mentioned in many videos, bisexuals consider and attempt suicide more than any other group. And hey, I can tell you that I have been there. I have had really dark thoughts, and I've been in dark places, and I can tell you for like a long time, I said earlier that I spent a long time where I didn't know any bisexuals. I only knew those two, but there were none in my life. And when you feel like you're the only person, it's so hard. It's so hard. And for a long time, I thought, man, it would just be better if I were gay. It would just be better if I were gay, and of course, it would be better if I was straight. And I went to therapy about it. It gets rough. But the great thing is that once you embrace who you are, it's kind of awesome. Let me tell you, there are negative side things about being bisexual, mostly from the cultural standpoint of how other people will see you. But let me tell you, it's kind of fantastic being able to express one's attraction for multiple genders. Like, I know the ages here vary, but, when you start embracing the sexual aspect of your life, it's kind of awesome being able to experience it with guys and with girls. And there's so many awesome things about being bisexual. Like in my friend group, I'm that cool, because I'm bisexual, I'm that kind of radical, cool guy. Like, I'm the guy who, like, they meet and suddenly they become challenged because, oh, this dude's bisexual. What do I think about that? What does that say about me? Like, who am I? Like, I'm that guy who causes people to kind of rethink their life and who they are and stuff like that. There's some really, really positive things about being bisexual, and dark thoughts, they happen to bisexuals more than anything else, more than any other group. Don't fear. Once you start coming out to people, you'll see things are not as hard as you think. And you said that your parents will, they hate conservative people. I really believe you're going to have a really positive experience. The more things you say, the more it gives me confidence that you can have a positive experience. Elaine, any tips on how to come out to same-sex crush who's like 10 years older? Same-sex crush is 10 years older. Okay. I know I'm bi for sure, and she kind of sends off this bi vibe too. We've become good friends, but how do I let her know that? I think the best way to let someone know that you're bi, well, honestly, I'm I'm a big fan of being direct. Just saying it. Saying that you're sharing. Like I have a coming out video, not a coming out video, but how to come out video. 6 tips on coming out to friends and something. And in it, like, there are casual things that I mentioned you can say to come out. Like, oh, by the way, did you know I was bisexual? Like in the middle of conversations. That is one way of doing it. Just casually mention that you're bisexual within conversation. Check out the video. It goes more in depth there. But if you don't feel that you might get a positive reception from being direct, you can always hint. Like, there are a number of celebrities right now who are bisexual. Bring up, Miley Cyrus in some sort of, oh, wow, she's so cute sort of way. Or bring up, or Amber Heard, or Cara Delevingne, or, just any of those people. Just bring them up and see what her response is. And if she, responds positively, then you have more confidence to be able to talk to her about it. I want more without scaring away. That is what I suggest. Okay, I have to go to my friend's birthday party. Thanks for all of your videos. You're welcome, and have a great day. Let's see. Oops. Kata loves Linkin Park. Is it normal after 3 years of having realized you're bi, you still sometimes forget it? Do you sometimes just not think about being attracted to guys? Sometimes I'm heteronormative myself. I don't think I do, simply because I do videos every week. I write bisexual romance. I have bisexual clothing, so I'm never allowed to forget. But before I start doing all this stuff, yeah, there'd be long periods, especially when I'm interested in somebody, I completely forget I'm attracted to the other gender. I'm right there with you. You're welcome, the Bi Bunny. Hey, Susan. I have a straight friend who is guarded, extremely homophobic, abuses drugs and alcohol, and is generally depressed and miserable. He portrays an exaggerated macho image, but is affectionately private. It just jumped here. He has been dating a girl for 5 years, but does not want to marry her. He is miserable, playing house. I believe that he's bisexual and covering due to his conservative background. Oh, that sucks. He seems suicidal. What are your thoughts? Please help. Susan, this tough question. I was telling a story earlier about a party I went to last night where, because I was talking about being bisexual, someone else was able to realize that they were bisexual. I think, and this is a tough situation, but I think, if you're okay with talking about being bisexual, talking about it and knowing that bisexual isn't this crazy thing that no one is and that men aren't and stuff like that, or you're a woman, but that other people aren't. Talking about it, just being bisexual yourself if you are, or talking about other bisexuals, or normalizing it. Finding ways to normalize bisexuality in his presence could help. Honestly, it's a battle that he has to kind of fight through, but if he can find himself in a world where bisexuality is normal and healthy, then it could give him the courage to start thinking about it for himself, and thinking if he knows it, and that's the reason why he's doing all these things, it might give him the courage to start reaching out, maybe when he was drunk and for the first time, and then kind of go from there. But really, just creating an atmosphere where bisexuality is not weird and is commonplace, that alone hopefully can help. I just came out to my mom yesterday. It went really well. Congratulations, Homiklo. I'm going to say Homiklo. Sorry about that if I'm butchering it, but congratulations. That's really awesome. Trying to scroll down without it jumping. Here we go. So there's a question, Ms. Chris? I'm going to say yes, Ms. Chris. Why do some bisexuals seem homophobic? Oh, glad you asked this. Someone in my life recently came out, and I was struck over how homophobic that person had historically come off to me. Self-hate, following societal's narrative. I think it's really about running from oneself. I know for me, I've never been homophobic that I could ever think of. But the idea of homosexuality was this thing that I tried to keep at arm's length. Like I tried not to. I tried not to have people start associating homosexuality with myself. So many people protest. In fact, that's like a very human thing. Shakespeare wrote in a play, I can't remember which one, "Thou dost protest too much." And he said that, the character said that because the person was obviously like in love with someone. And the fact he kept on saying, "Oh no, I'm not in love with that person. I hate her. I don't like her at all," showed that, he actually did. So when people come across as homophobic, bisexuals, it probably is they're trying to keep all that stuff at arm's length and trying to prevent people from, associating homosexuality with themselves while they're trying to embrace their bisexuality. Maya, does getting comfortable with PDA with your same-sex partner get easier? I hope so. That is a tough question. I think it's yes. A life experience does wonders for everything. And with everything in life, it's a matter of realizing that this behavior won't destroy your world. So yeah, as time goes on, the more you hold hands, the more you realize, oh wait, the world won't fall apart. Like people won't jump out of cars and start shooting and stuff like that. Once you realize that this is a safe thing, then it will become more comfortable. Absolutely. And fear of being outed. Yeah, Miss Chris, essentially, yeah. Holly Blue a Gate. Do you have any tips on coming out? I do. I have a lot of tips on coming out. Holly, I check out the videos. They're just too many to kind of to go over. Different situations, whether it's friends, whether it's family, conservatives, not. A basic coming out things like basic friends and family or friends is to bring it up casually in conversation. The people you don't want to have to sit down and explain it to, like friends and stuff like that, work it in the conversation casually, or work if you watch this channel or you're doing anything else associated with bisexuality, just like working into the conversation, dropping hints, just talking about it like it's casual. That's my best quick advice. But check out my videos that go into depth there, into my long videos. Yes, they're both great. I'm looking forward to the videos on my favorite kitty. Yeah, thank you. Hopefully it happens. We're going to be talking about, at least the plan would be, if it happens, the plan to talk about with Ms. Fender, with Elena, it would be talking about clothing and whether clothing can have a gender. It's going to be an interesting conversation. I'm excited about having it. Let's see. Crazy Meat, you made me start up my own. Oh, that's awesome, a bisexual Instagram account. You'll have to put in the comment section what the Instagram account is so I can check it out. Noah, so I recently came out to myself as bi, but I have a problem. Whenever I'm attracted to a person, I feel it invalidates my potential attraction for people of the other gender. What can I do about that? Give yourself time. I think that's one of the stages of being bisexual. In fact, I have the video 5 stages of bisexuality, and 2 is doubt, and doubt is when most common way of experiencing doubt is when you have your first relationship, or your second, or you're early on, and you start dating them, and suddenly you go, you know what? No, I'm not attracted to other genders. I'm only attracted to this gender. Very natural. It's something that only bisexuals experience, but yeah, very natural. And it's just time. Time will help you to be able to embrace your full self all the time. the answer to a lot of questions is time. Honestly, experience is the best teacher. You know, I heard that. I'm not going to get to that now. So let's see. Sina? I need an older bisexual to tell me if marriage is satisfying to one sex, or do you need a partner to accept that you are going to be tempted here and there? Let's scroll down a little bit here. Can anyone describe a success? There are a lot of successful bisexual marriages. Most of them don't look like bisexual marriages because, you know, maybe they're slightly older, whether they're in their 30s. We're talking successful, so time, you know, over time sort of thing. So they're probably in their 30s now, or 40s, or 50s, or even older. And they kind of, since they're in that relationship, it's so much easier, especially the older you are, just to kind of go along with the whole straight thing. But yeah, keep in mind that, I got a chart here. There's a chart I created for my PFLAG presentation. Keep in mind that 9.8% of the United States population, which is probably like of the world as well, are mostly straight, which means they're bisexual, they have thoughts, they have like minimal same-sex thoughts. And odds are that the vast majority of them are in successful relationships. Same thing was true there. It's all about whether or not you can be monogamous. Some people are very wired for monogamy. And also, you have to keep in mind that relationships ebb and flow. So sometimes you are, very attracted to the person that you're with, and sometimes not so much. And, there's a famous thing called the 7-year itch. And that just happens in all marriages where you've been together for 7 years and, sex life kind of dies down and stuff like that. And yeah, at that point, as a bisexual, you might be tempted. But as a straight person, they would be tempted. As a gay person, they would be tempted. So yeah, you're going to be tempted. But it's possible to have successful relationships with someone who is either straight or gay. And it's although it's not necessary to be in a relationship with a bisexual, I always encourage other bisexuals to be in relationships with other bisexuals simply because they will understand. And granted, if you're with someone for a long time and they know you're bisexual, odds are they're going to understand as well. But bisexuals will really understand. And in terms of successful examples, unfortunately, I know bisexual couples who are, but I'm not in a marriage or relationship currently, so I can't really speak to that part. Good for you. Your therapy. Oh, mentioning I was in therapy, yeah, it helped a tremendous amount. What is the rate of divorce for bisexuals? We don't know. Sangha says that we don't know. There's not been any research on it yet. Research in bisexuality is actually still very early. So I'm just super happy we get the research that we do. Maybe soon we'll have that answer though. Just jumped a whole bunch here, so I am trying to find where I was. Okay, here we are. Lena, do you think there is a point in coming out to parents if you're not in a relationship? I kind of want to be open and talk about these things, but I'm hesitant. I've been dropping hints a lot. Is there a point? Yes. Yes. Because a lot, and this is not proven yet, but certainly my very strongly held theory is the reason why bisexuals have a lot of the health issues they do is because of being concerned about other people embracing who they are and feeling like they're going to lose their social network and all that stuff if they were to come out as bisexual. So if it's safe to, and you decide you want to, coming out to your parents will, and they have a positive response, will help you to embrace who you are and to not run who you are. And the more you're able to embrace who you are, the more your life will benefit from it. You'll be able to live life unhindered and be happier. So I think, all that stuff about all the negative effects that bisexuals have comes from hiding oneself, and coming out to your parents is a way of revealing yourself and being an authentic person and being authentic about who you are, makes you happier. Curtis, oh, okay. Reading through there. Let's see, going down a little bit. Senga, it scares me to death, that scenario. I avoid all commitment because I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. It could make my partner feel irrelevant and unable to be fully with me. So very confusing. It is very confusing. And some people don't understand, some people do understand, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but there are wonderful people out there. And I've met a few of them. Scrolling down, Diddy Ben. Hi Diddy. So happy to be here. Lots of love from Algiers. Hey, that's very cool. And actually, I'm kind of curious about where everyone else is from. It's always very interesting to me to see people from other parts of the world, placing comments in the section and stuff like that. Because I know bisexuality from the American perspective, and I'm from the Bahamas, so I kind of know it from the Bahamian perspective, and I imagine it's pretty similar for Canada. But other countries, even as close as Mexico and as far away as like China and Russia, I really wonder what life is like for people so far away in cultures that are so different from my own. Let's see, I used to be homophobic. Tali says, I used to be homophobic when I was younger. That was long before I realized I was bi. I'm glad I could look past that in general because many of my friends are gay. That's awesome. It takes a while, and honestly, it sucks that so many bisexuals go through that homophobic stage. And again, I think it's because people are trying to distance themselves from it, and having sympathy for other people. Keep in mind that if there are people out there that are acting in a biphobic sort of way, keep in mind how you reacted initially when you were maybe younger about being bisexual or towards homophobia, and it kind of gives you empathy for those people and gives you hope that they could change. Chaotic French Canadian. What's your personal ratio of same-sex relationship versus different sex relationships? Dating-wise, it's actually 100% female. Sexually speaking, it's like, sexually speaking, it's probably, that number is going to be big, like 75% male and 25% female, because of course, guys are, I don't want to talk in stereotypes, but it's a lot easier to find guys who would like to, how do I phrase this? Embrace their same-sex attraction. It's a lot easier to find those guys. So that's my ratio. But generally speaking, like romantically speaking, I'm 100% female, which is, that makes it kind of challenging, dating-wise. Saying it's better to be by yourself than to live as a selfish narcissist and justify using people no matter how craven you feel. I like to imagine the very next day after before I go anywhere. Yeah, that's a good philosophy. I grew up in a cult that preaches against everything deviant, and pretty much everything is deviant to them. That's a challenge. It's a challenge that, man, I having to unprogram yourself about stuff, that is a challenge, and I wish you, man, so much luck with that. It makes it even more challenging embracing one's bisexuality when you've had so many negative messages out there. Thank you for answering. You're welcome, Kata. You helped me with my coming out and make me feel more normal as a mostly straight bisexual, as I consider myself to be. For me, sorry to be selfie. Let's see, are there any other new questions? Anyone new asking questions here? Let's see, I recently came out to my mom. She realized, I know, me too. Oh, that's awesome. We kind of laughed it off. That's great. Making of me, John Barrowman. Hello, we chat often. I'm 65 years old and in a relationship for 30 years, so I guess that's successful. Oh, that's awesome. We've had our ups and downs just like any other couple, but all in all, I guess I made the right choice. That's really awesome. There it is, an example of making it work. Let's scrolling down. Let's see, I'm scrolling, see if there's any other new questions, because we're going on 45 minutes now. Greetings from Germany. Hello, Noah. Monterey, California, like down the street from me. And let's see, at the same time, he gave me, let me scroll up a little bit here. And what I want to do is, I want to play like a little game. I want to play a trivia game, because I took a lot of time to create this, so I thought, let's do this. So let's do a couple of rounds of this, kind of like end things up here. So what's going to happen is, I forget the name of the game. It's like it's a board game, and you say words, which are clues. And then the first person who knows what the word is, you post it in the comments of the chat. So the first person who posts the right answer wins. Kind of fun. Let's see how this goes. Kind of excited about trying this. Okay, so let me get this set up on my end so I can see what the latest posts are. Okay, let's do this. Okay. This is the first one. Everyone ready? Okay. So this is a woman. And you can write in when you think you know who this is. The woman was born in 1992. She became famous pretending to be someone else. Has famous parents. She plays music. She's known to... Yes, we have it. Very good. Homikilo. Yep, there it is. That's very good. So the rest of the clues were she plays music. The next one was known to be a bit of a wrecking ball. So yeah. And then she was not born in Montana and has 3 names. Congratulations. That's the first one. Okay, so let's try another one. Okay. So now this person is a man. They were born in 1965. He is a triple threat that has performed on stage, TV, and in movies. He's an activist. Although he's been in many movies, most people will know him for playing a superhero character. He's Scottish, and his name, we got it, Alan Cumming. Dee Dee, congratulations, yes, that's exactly it. There might be a trend you're noticing here of the sexual orientation of the people that I'm mentioning here. I don't know his name. Yeah, Alan Cumming. Okay, so now we've come to, so we're now at like a bonus question. So if you get this one, you will win a prize. And the winner can like message me on the back end and tell me their address, and I'll send them the prize. But I'll share the prizes and stuff like that. Okay, so this one here, this one is actually a thing. It was created in 1998. It started out as Bi-angles. It was unveiled at the Bi-Cafe's first anniversary party on December 5th, 1998. Yes, we have it. JJP, it's the bi flag. Congratulations. Okay, so you will win. Okay, so I need to see the videos to make sure you can see this. JJP, you will win this. It's a lapel pin in the bi flag colors. It's silver. So you will win this if you send me, if you message me in the back end of my channel, your address. I will mail this to you. It's one of the new things I have on my Amazon merch page. So if anyone else wants to check that out, you can get that there. So congratulations. So let's do another one. Let's see. Let me get back to my page here. Okay. So this is a non-bonus one. It's just a fun one. Okay. So this person is a man. They were born in 1992. He had his first major acting job when he was 10 years old. He has described his sexuality as mostly straight because he has seen some really good-looking guys. He is most famous for playing someone's love interest in a movie. No? His most famous role was created by an author named Susan Collins. He did a trilogy with Jennifer Lawrence. Yes, Susan got it. Josh Hutcherson, I think that's how it's pronounced. And the last one was, he looks like someone named Josh. So yeah. Lena, I'm from Finland. Hey, Finland. Oh, I love the international nature of this. Sub has been, let me read this. Coming out to myself has been a liberating experience after years of denial, but I'm officially only out to my therapist. It's a work in progress. Yes, it is. It's a work in progress, but lucky enough, you have your entire life to work through it. But once you get to the end of it, it's kind of fantastic. So let's do another one here. A non-bonus one. Let's see. Okay. So this person is a woman. She was born in 1988. She is a singer, songwriter, and actress. She was not born in America. She once tweeted, "Guarantee to turn a square into a bi bitch." Rumored to play Josephine Baker in the movie about Josephine Baker's life. She is the second best-selling female artist of all time. She is from Barbados. Who is this person? Really? No one knows? No? Yep, we got it. Oxytocin? Oxytocin? Yes, congratulations. Autoexin? It is Rihanna. Congratulations. Okay. That was a tough one. I thought that one would be easier. She is literally the second best-selling female artist of all time. I mean, very, very famous. Rihanna. Okay, so another fun one. Okay, so another fun one. This person is a man. His parents were a waitress and the promotional officer for a children's charity. was known as a singer and actor. This person was born in 1947. This person sold an estimated 140 million albums worldwide. Fame was what made him famous in the United States. Again, you got it, David Bowie. Yep, the next ones were, he had an alter ego that was out of this world, Ziggy Stardust. And of course, the last one is, his birth name is David Robert Jones, David Bowie. Okay, so we have a final one, and this one's a bit of a tough one. And this one has a prize. So if you get this one, you win a prize. Okay, so this one is a different format. I'm just going to ask a question, and the first person to come up with the answer gets it. I have a video called The 5 Stages of Bisexuality. In it, I say that the first stage is realization. The second stage is doubt. The fourth stage is embracing. And the fifth stage is Zen. What is the third stage? What is the third stage? So you have to have seen the video. Probably has to be something recent. But again, there are 5 stages. The first one is realization. The second one is doubt. The fourth one is embracing. The fifth one is Zen. And this is for a prize. What is the third stage? No, it's not acceptance. First one's realization, second one's doubt, fourth one's embracing, fifth one's Zen. What is the third stage for a prize? What is that third stage? And I'm looking for the word. I'm looking for the very specific word I use. I have on the video, yes, we have it. Tali Garcia is the winner. And so is Curls of Innocence, Innocence Hair. But no, only one winner. The first one is the winner, and that's Tali Garcia. And you will be winning, and let me make sure, let me get my camera up so I can see it. You will win a heart-shaped by lapel pin, like this. Again, these are both 2 of the new things that I have on my Amazon merch page, and the links to my t-shirts, including the long sleeve, and the pins, are in the description of all my videos. But yes, so if you can post your address, Tali Garcia, through the messaging of the channel, I'll go ahead and I'll mail one to you. So does anyone else have any pressing questions you want to ask, because we're about to kind of wrap stuff up here? Just to see, I have a whole list of questions that were sent to me. Oh, I will answer this, simply because it was sent specifically for this chat, and it's so Straight Friend says, as long as he's not the one taking it, he's not gay. Confided that he had sex with men before, but if anyone came near his butt, he would commit suicide. Yeah, that's biphobia. That's him fighting his demons. Has gone out of his way to set fire to a pride float. Man. He had many one-night stands with women, objectifies them, is xenophobic, fights often, manipulative gambler, compulsive liar, and man, he is a handful. At the same time, he's obsessed with romantic teen shows like Teen Wolf, Vampire Diaries, Mean Girls, affectionate privately, loves animals, addicted to computer games, escapism. But you said that initially you said it's as long as he is not taking it. He is not gay. No, he's certainly bisexual. I mean, for someone to say the phrase, say, as long as he's not taking it, he's not gay, it means that he's doing other stuff. And he's having a really, really, really tough time with it. Man, I imagine that if he is macho and stuff like that, he's going to resist therapy. But again, the only thing he could possibly do is to create an atmosphere around him where bisexuality is not scary. That's really the only thing he can do. That, and then really suggest therapy, unfortunately. Is it normal to feel like a 12-year-old all over again when you start admitting your feelings towards people of the same gender to yourself? Yes. In fact, there's someone who said, I'm 22 now. In fact, there's someone who said that bisexuals have like two sexual maturing periods. There's probably the first one when you're probably towards someone straight, and then there's that second one when you have embraced the fact you like the same gender, and then you kind of have to go through all the processes again. It's kind of like a lot of bisexual women complain about being with lesbians and lesbians not respecting them and all that stuff. But it's such an unfortunate situation where a lot of bisexual women are attracted to lesbian women because they seem to have everything together in terms of sexuality. Like they branded themselves bisexual. They might have as lesbian. They have lesbian haircut and they dress that way and they're just out there and they're just like secure with who they are. So of course, a person who is trying to figure themselves out is drawn to that. But at the same time, a person who has been lesbian for a while, they've gone through that maturity. They've fought the demons and all that stuff, or at least the initial ones. And it's like they're kind of like, sexually speaking, they're an adult. And whereas a person who, no matter what their physical age is, if they're embracing their same-sex attractions for the first time, it's like they're like a 12-year-old, as you said. So yeah, it's kind of like this adult dating a child, even though they're both the same ages, or they could be, whatever age it is. It's still like an unequal relationship. So it's completely normal to feel like a 12-year-old once you start embracing your same-sex attractions again. Lewis, a new person. I don't think I've answered anything here with you yet. Anyone ever had the problem that because bisexuality is fluid, that sometimes they'll be really, really attracted to their partner, but then sometimes feel nothing? Honestly, I think that's everybody. That's not bisexuals. That's just life. Yeah, that's just life. So yes, bisexuals as well. I've had that. I imagine everyone has. Curls of Innocence says, I'm 30 and I feel the same way and I'm married with kids. Yeah. Okay. So I'll answer this one last question and I guess we'll call it the first live stream complete. So there was a question that was emailed to me from KD, and they asked me, do you still believe that bisexuality should be out of the LGBT plus community? And I think probably take the B out of LGBT is probably my most controversial video, probably. And the question is, do I still believe that? the only way you can really answer this question is, does it help or does it hurt? And I honestly believe that the B being in the LGBT community hurts more bisexuals than it does help bisexuals. And again, I'll do the chart thing that I did for PFLAG. These are all bisexuals. All these people here are bisexuals. And this is the largest group here. The people who most are willing to embrace the LGBT community are like these people here, probably like half of these people, and then these people here, which means that it's 9.8% of the U.S. population, plus probably half of that, so we're talking somewhere like 12% of the U.S. population, identifies more with straight culture, and then like 1.5, like about 3% of U.S. population identifies or has somewhat of identification with the gay lesbian community. So it's sort of like all these people here are been grouped together with a group they have nothing in common with. And I feel very strongly the reason why so many people choose not to come out is because by coming out, you lose your instant connection with the group that you feel most comfortable with. Like, there are bisexuals out there that feel very, very connected to the LGBT community, and to rip them out of that community would be kind of heartless to them. But at the same time, people forget that there are bisexuals that have a very strong connection to the straight community, and to rip them out of that connection would be harmful to them as well. So, the question comes down to how many people does it hurt versus how many people does it help. And I honestly believe that if bisexuality weren't so connected to gay and lesbian culture, and hell, I've done videos where I talk about bisexuals saying they're gay, and there are a number of bisexuals out there that just claim to be gay, and every time someone does that, it makes it harder for all the rest of the bisexuals to be able to embrace it, because you don't want to label yourself as something that rips you apart from the community that you feel closest to. So, answering that question, yeah, unfortunately, I still believe that that bisexuality really should be, in the ideal world, should be separated from the LGBT community. I understand that it's a near impossible task, but if we could just kind of continue to embrace all aspects of, or all types of bisexuals, we can get to a point where we're no longer just associated with the lesbian gay community. And the further we pull back from them, the more we'll be able to stand up on our own, the more that we'll have, YouTube channels and TV shows and stuff that celebrate who we are, and not celebrating us as a part of a group that the majority of us don't completely connect with. So that's kind of my feelings. And to see here, it does, you agree. I wrote an essay on that, and my gay English teacher pressured me tons till I changed it to improving the LGBT community instead. Pressure is real, so I understand why you changed it, but that sucks, because what they're really doing is, I get why they do it, because as a teacher, he doesn't want to set an atmosphere that is any way negative towards gay people, especially if you are gay. But in reality, reality is what reality is. So them trying to silence you for saying it sucks. But, so, that's it. My first live stream. Let me know in the comments, when the video goes live, post in the comments whether or not you'd like me to do this again. This was extremely fun. I had a whole bunch of questions I could have gone to, but you guys had so many that, we were able to cover all the time. And I was only planning on going for 30 minutes. We've gone for an hour and 8 minutes. That's a long time. But, yes, thank you so much for joining me for my first live stream. I really appreciate whenever you guys post comments on my videos. I really appreciate when you guys watch. Like I said, I only do this because I want to help people, and help people not go through the things that I went through, because I went through some very dark times. I had some challenging experiences, and anything I could do to help other people not have to go through what I went through just makes my life a little better. So when you guys watch, you guys comment, it means a ton to me. So thank you very much for watching, and what do I usually say on all my videos? I can't remember. I can always do it when I'm in the moment, but my mind's somewhere else. But remember, everyone, stay cooler, my bisexual friends. Stay cooler. Bye.